Hello, good afternoon. I am Opebinu Oluwasegun. That's my name. And today I'm going to give you more tips on how to run your school business. You know, there's a lot of, I always tell you that there's a lot of challenges being faced by private school, running a private business. And a lot of people have also gone into the business thinking that it is much more, profitable when you compare it with every other business. Though the business could be profitable depending on your input. When I'm talking about input now, I'm not talking about your financial commitment. There's a lot of things that you need to put in place before you can start talking about you getting a positive turnover on in the business. So it's just like every other business. You need some kind of commitment into the business, and in running the business, it involves a lot of skills and idea. If you lack idea, what you just need to do is to employ people with that creative mindset, those people that can add positively to your school. Have a good working team that can actually give you a lot of positive ideas to change the dimension of your school. Now, it's just like the school business. You know, a lot of people are going into the business. If you look at you, before you count a few number of houses, you see school. A lot of schools coming up. Even in this new session that is coming up, a lot of people also have ideas that they also want to go into the business. Though there's a lot of students that are out of school, so that one shouldn't bother you. I always tell you, you don't need to be bothered by that. What you just need to do is to focus on your own vision. Now, on the business, what I'm trying to say is that if you take, for instance, when we're in primary school or secondary school, we see some teachers, we see them as being bored. You know, whenever you are supposed to have the class of a particular teacher, some students feel reluctant even attending the class. But you know, and they don't really show interest because they thought something should be much more easier. But by the time we all finish and we get involved in the same field, we realize what those teachers were passing through. Now, what I'm trying to let you know is that the business is not as easy as you thought before coming into the business. So there's a lot of challenges. All business have their own challenges. There's no doubt about that. So school business is also not an exception to it. So, but in running this business, once you are able to put up these ideas into place, you are going to find it much more easier compared to every other form of business. I can assure you that the business is highly profitable, provided you put in the right skill or you put in the right idea. Now, today I'm going to talk about how we can run our school smoothly, because the objective of it is that the objective of this program is for you to learn how to get ideas on how to run your school smoothly. Once you are able to run your school smoothly, every other thing will trip in. Now, I've discussed in my previous video, I've discussed different ways at which we can grow our school business. So this also is also an additional ideas on how you can actually grow your school business. I told you, once you are following up with the program, with the video, even if you cannot watch it live, you can as well watch it offline when you are less busy. Now, to watch it live or when you are less busy, you can simply go to our YouTube channel. Just type youtube.com/ OPEBINU, youtube.com/C/OPEBINU. You can watch all this video. You can watch the replay there. Now also you can equally watch the live program on private school owners. It is there, so you can watch it. You can as well watch the video whenever you are less busy. Now the basic idea about the program is just to see how our school system improve. We want to see how our school system improve. It is possible. You know, the way schools are being managed, we need to change our mentality, we need to change our ideas. And there's a lot of things involved in running school business now. So you just need that idea that will change the narrative, that new idea that will give you that positive image outside. So that's what I am actually talking about. So now we have different I told you there are different things that you could do in order to maximize profit in the business. You know, the basic objective is to see how things that you can put in place that will also encourage more learners into your school, because the major source of income for schools is having the right population. When your school have the right population, the right parents, you'll be able to maximize profit and your school will grow. Now, in school business, in running a school business, I'm going to give you some tips this afternoon. I have like about 5 tips that I've put in place. And I also want you to take note of something in running your school business. How do we determine the success of a school? Is it through the administrative success or through the academic success? Now, these two things work hand in hand. In measuring the success of a school, you need to consider the administrative success and the academic success. So when these two things are put in place, then be rest assured that your school will be marketed by different individuals that have come in contact with you or that have had one-on-one interaction with any of your staff or your parent or the student. Now, so the tips I'm going to give you this afternoon, I have you have to get your priorities straight. In the business, a lot of school owners do not even know the most important thing. A lot of them are confused. So when you want to go into this business, I told you, whenever you are going to this business, you must open your mind. You must be creative. Ideas must be ready to flow in. There's no one, you can't say you know it all. You still need the idea of different people. You have to be open and get your priorities straight. Know that, okay, in this particular term, this is what I want to achieve. When you have a goal, you have a target that, oh, by the new session, by first time of this session, I want to change so things in my school. And you already have that information. You have that information, your team, you discuss it with them. When you discuss it with them that, okay, by first time, this is what we are going to do. And by that first time, you ensure that those things are maintained or you are actualized. That alone will give you edge. So always have your priority. Just get your priority straight. Make sure you get your priority straight. Know what you want to do. When you know what you want to do in a particular term, you'll be able to work towards it. But if you are not fully prepared for anything in a particular term, so there's no way you can achieve success in that particular field. So you need to have things that you need to do. It's not about academic alone. Look at those things that you need to achieve Probably some of you, your priority might just be that in this new session, it's been long I've changed the physical appearance of my school, or the I'm not talking about the structure now. Probably you are talking about the painting, you want to redesign, do some things, you want to change some classes, do this, or you want to get more hands in your school. You have to set that priority. Know that, okay, this is what I want to achieve. This is what I want to do in this new session. So once you have that in mind, you will achieve. So you set your priorities straight is very key in the business. I also have another one is take time to organize yourself. Take time to organize yourself. Get yourself organized. When you are organized, a lot of ideas will come in. But if you are not organized, there's no way ideas can come in. So you need to get yourself organized. Think, you know, if you need to buy ideas from different people, but just make sure that you are organized. Once you are organized, then there's no problem. So that also is also a very good idea that I also want you to take note. Then also, you need to ditch the use of paper. There's a lot of paperwork, and you need to reduce this paperwork. That's why you also need to embrace, that's why we also encourage you to embrace technology. There's no two-way about it. You just need to embrace technology. It is a global world, so you need to embrace technology. Technology will help you maximize your profit. It will also help you to reduce a lot of expenses. You know, there are some expenses that on a neutral ground with technology, you'll be able to reduce it. Take for instance now, a lot of schools, I know a lot of schools are already having a portal. So when you have a portal, what is now the need for you to start printing out results? You know, the cost, even the cost of printing results is another thing. But as someone like me, I am not the paper type, so I appreciate it when I have the soft copy. If I want to print it out, then at my own leisure time, I should be able to print it out. So make those things available. Let it be online. You understand? Let it be online. Get so that your client, your parent or your student can have access to those information. Their information, they can have access to it at their own leisure time. They don't need to come to school before they can get some certain thing. So you have you print a lot of things. A lot of paperwork is flowing in the school business. So you have to see how you can reduce those paperwork. For payment also, you have the receipt of payment. When you have a system that automatically send payment alert to parent phone number, it also sends email to parents that have made payment. So if they wish to print out those receipts at their own leisure time, they can as well open their email or just check their text message and get the alert and print whatever thing they want to print. So that alone will also reduce your cost, the cost of printing. You have to reduce the cost of printing. And when you introduce technology to reduce those things, it will also promote your school. A lot of parents who have a lot of ideas when it comes to technology will appreciate schools that are that embrace technology. They will definitely embrace. Someone like me, though I'm into IT, but if I have school that embrace IT, that alone will definitely encourage me to bring in my words into their school. school. So a lot of parents too have that idea. I don't believe in much paper work. So I believe in the soft copy. If I need those information at my own leisure time, I can as well print out those information and tender it anyway. So, but once the thing is online, you'll be rest assured that it will even be to the advantage of the parent, because they might just be in another state and probably they needed some particular information pertaining their children. So instead of them coming down to your school just to access those things, provided they are not owing you, so they should be able to access those same information from the location they are. And just also imagine when you have the file of all the, because as a student, whether they graduate, they have graduated, or they left your school, the records of those children must be intact in your school. So just compare a school that have been existing for 50 years or 60 years. Just imagine the volume of papers that will be in that school. So we need to embrace technologies to do away with those things. Those empty classrooms that you store those paper, you can as well convert those classrooms into all the store. You can as well convert it into classroom or convert it into a mini lab and use it for the betterment of the students. So what I'm saying in essence is that you need to start, change your mindset, think on how you can reduce the use of paper in your school. It does not add any value to your school. It doesn't add value to your school. Don't be deceived. You just have to embrace technology. And there's a lot of things, just like School Admin Plus. School Admin Plus is meant for schools, all categories of schools. So your schools can actually subscribe to School Admin Plus, can afford School Admin Plus. So it's not something that is meant for only the category A school, as you might call it. So it is available for all categories of schools. Even if you are just starting up a school with just one child, you can afford School Admin Plus. So just try as much as possible to see how you can reduce those paperwork in your school. It will give your school an edge over those that still operate those manual, because there's no way, even if we talk about it for years, some still believe on those paper. A lot of people, and without minding all this natural disaster, can, a lot of eventualities. Something might just come up that way, maybe in case of fire incident, flood, those people can be destroyed. But we are talking about a system that is built on iCloud. It is the latest technology, so you just have to embrace technology. It is the way forward. So see how we can reduce paper. When you reduce paper in your school, you are passing a positive signal to those outside viewing your school. By the time they say, you mean whenever you make a payment, you receive your alert. Whenever you all this paper receipt, the issue of receipt. No, I can actually check my receipt in my email. My receipt is available in my email. Aside from being in the email, it's also available in the parent or the student portal, so that you can access it at any time. So what I'm just trying to let you know in essence is that try as much as possible to see how you can do away or reduce this issue of paper work. And another thing that you also need to take note also is this issue of feedback. I want to tell you something. In running school, you have to take feedback as important as every other thing. In your school, there's no way you will have some category of people outside that might have that kind of negative perception about your school, or they have some kind of negative view about your school. When you have that feedback, you make use of that feedback. With that feedback, you can change that perception. You understand? If they say, your school, this and that, and you just, okay, oh, forget about that, forget about them. When you say forget about them, a lot of things will happen. You know, what I'm trying to let you know is that if, for instance, they say, oh, your school, this school is so the school owner is not friendly, she's too harsh, she's too this, she's too that. Meanwhile, some of your staff, those that have direct contact with you, already know that, oh, so person is very simple. But around the community you are, there's a kind of a negative perception about you. You need to see how you can adjust something so that probably maybe those that, you know, especially those of you that have your school on the main road, probably they don't feel your positive impact. Maybe there are some little things that you need to address or need to fix, but you are not paying any attention to it, so they tend to paint you black. But at least with this feedback, if you are the type that give feedback a priority, you'll be able to work on those things. So you actually need to work on those things in order for you to gain or change the narrative or change the perception. So feedback is very important. Also, if possible for you to create a box, a feedback box, let them come, drop whatever information, and make sure you read those things and see things that you can adjust. Definitely there's something you can adjust. So always welcome feedback when you are running your school business. It is very important. Welcome feedback, welcome ideas from different kind of people. And now, another thing that you also need to know is to maintain a positive attitude. What is your attitude towards parents, towards even people within your community? What is your attitude? How do they see you? Do you have a friendly relationship with them? You need to, as a school owner, you know, you are a leader and a role model. A lot of people are looking up to you. So once they see a negative attitude about you, it tends to affect your school. And if you also have a teacher that is also not having a good attitude, you can as well see how you can counsel that teacher in order to change the narrative. Because provided he or she is still working with your school, they are not going to say, okay, is this okay? Maybe it's the attitude of so person. There's some of them will say, is that school? That school. So you own your business, so you need to see how your business can actually grow. So your attitude as the owner of the school, how you relate with people, how you relate with parents, you know, is very important. It's very important. So your relationship with them, the way you handle your students or your learners is also important. The way you welcome them. So, you know, your attitude, if you don't have that good attitude, you just need to adjust. You need to adjust for the sake of your business, because your business, if your business grows, it is a plus for you. If your business also fail, is also a negative thing for you. So you just have to see how you can improve on your business. So attitude is another key thing that you need to take note whenever you are running your school business. Those are things that will encourage people. That's why you see a lot of, if a particular parent, though that is sure, A particular parent that decide to move his or her child away from your school, probably to another school B, that parent will not say, oh, it's because I'm owing. The parent will try to see how they can dent your image in the new school. They say, that school, forget about the woman. Forget about this, forget about that. Though you cannot please everybody, but what I'm trying to let you know is that there are some things that you need to change about yourself. Give yourself that positive image so that people outside, even by the time a parent move his or her child away from your school, and you know, this changing of school, if you look at it very well, is based on my own research. 70% of children that move from one school to the other is not about relocation. It's not about relocation. They still maintain that environment. Though they might just lie to you that, oh, they want to relocate to other area or this and that. But if you look at it very well, they still maintain that same environment or within that same community. So, but why do they have to change their children to other school? And if they change their children to other school, you know, they still have to paint your school black. So, but when you have that right attitude, you have that good attitude, a lot of people out there, they know that, oh, this particular school, this woman, the woman is nice, the woman is good, you understand? And the teachers too are good, are well trained. Now, whatever the parents say outside, a lot of people will say, no, don't mind, I'm not sure. They won't believe. But if your own attitude, you know, correlates with what the person tells them outside, they will even add more this into it. So you just have to work on your attitude. Make sure the environment you are, you try as much as possible to, you know, create that good image for yourself, create that good image for your school. So please, if you are watching the program, the only encouragement you can give me is to share the program. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I think I have a lot of educators, and if you look at the YouTube channels, at least we still need more educators to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get more ideas. That's the only encouragement you can give me. So it's not all about money, but you know, when you have an idea, you have experience, it's also good to share that experience with other people. I have a lot of experience when it comes to school business because I've moved with different schools. I've had an interaction with more than 10,000 school heads, principals, school owners, you know, HM, more than 10,000 across different states of the federation. So when I'm talking about school business, I understand. I've worked with different categories of schools. So, and I've also helped schools to set up their school also. So what I'm just trying to let you know in essence is that try as much as possible to put this thing into use. Whatever idea I dish out, just try as much as possible to put them into consideration. Once you put them into consideration, forget, your school business will grow. Please share the program, share it, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel so that I'll be encouraged to give you more ideas on how to run a school business. The running of a school involves a lot of things. So those are the things that we are looking at, because your school business must grow. That is the assurance from me. I said in your school business must grow. You need that growth, and I'm going to give you those ideas that will forget about schools that are coming up in your area. That shouldn't bother you. That one is not a problem. Just concentrate on your school. See things that you can change. See things that you can change. I always tell people that the location of your school does not determine the amount you charge. A lot of people do argue about that, but I'm telling you, if the right person that understand the business come into your area where you charge 5,000, you'll find out that you'll be struggling to even have 100 learners with that 5,000 naira tuition fee. But that particular person that understand the business and come into that same environment, charging as high as maybe 100,000, that person will have even more than 100 learners. So you see a lot of these big schools that pay, that charge huge amount. If you look at their population, it's quite impressive. You know, it's more than the population of schools that even charge 5,000, 10,000 naira. So in running school business, it has nothing to do with the location you are. So just change that mindset. If your mindset is that, oh, you have to reduce your tuition fee, you have to do this, no. If you are reducing your tuition fee, is another topic that I'm going to discuss some other time. But let me let you know that if you are reducing your tuition fee so as to encourage more learners, you are taking the wrong step. You are taking the wrong decision. So you just have to see things, do the right thing. When you do the right thing, the right set of parents will come to your school, and the right set of learners will also be encouraged to come to your school. So that is the program for today. Please encourage me by sharing the video, and also, you know, subscribe to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is youtube.com/c/OPEBINU. It is Opebinu, OPEBINU. youtube.com/c/OPEBINU. So just subscribe to the channel so that whenever I have a video, you'll be able to see it and watch it, even if you are not available to watch it online. So there's a lot of ideas that will be there. You understand? So I am Opebinu Oluwasegun. Bye for now.